Hi, I'm here to build a life around healing arts, and I'm reaching out to others who, like me, are practicing their own healing arts in all kinds of different environments and figuring out how to really create that as the center of their lifestyle. And so I wanted to reach out today and just let you know it was my first day in my new massage studio. I'm really excited. It has been a huge journey and really a crazy process to get this off the ground. But it seems to be working. It's my first day in the new space. I went ahead and did my 4 appointments. I have a healthy clientele that is transitioning with me to my new location, and I am so thankful for all of them and the way that they've been supportive and aware of just the need to transition. I have an amazing, wonderful base of clients that I've been building for coming up on 6 years now here in Hawaii. And I just love them so much. The people that I saw today were so understanding of the transition process. They kind of wanted to know what was up and how come I had moved out of my previous location. And that is a story for another time, but one day I will be telling that story as well. For right now, though, I'm just celebrating being completely set up, having busted out a heavy hardcore weekend of moving all the furniture and getting the location queued up and rearranged and everything coming together in time for me to launch today and be right on time without dropping any of the appointments that were set for today. So just hyped up on how smooth that all went, how beautiful my new space is, and all the potential of what could come out of this kind of unexpected transition. So some of the ideas that I'm working on about how to use this space are kind of all over the board. I've got definitely a project in the works already where I am reaching out to other healing practitioners, massage therapists, maybe Reiki or energy healers, sound healers, anybody who's working in one-on-one environments with their clients in person. So I'm super passionate about that. I think that that is an aspect of healthcare that we have lost touch with a little bit in recent years with the rise of telehealth and virtual medicine. And I think it actually is a huge benefit to us that we have better access to expertise and prescriptive expertise than we had before. I know I've benefited from being able to take advantage of telehealth to take care of fast needs, infections, antibiotics, access to stuff like that. But that I think as a community, as a culture, we lose a lot if we don't have any healthcare practitioners working in person anymore. Of course, there's lots of doctors, nurses, everybody, but I think that some of our alternative and complementary health practitioners can really help fill the gap on having people be seen and understood in person. So that is just at the center of what I'm trying to do generally, and I want to reach out and keep encouraging other practitioners to be elevating their own practices, elevating touch-based medicine and some of these other really beautiful complementary practices that can help take the pressure off of emergent medical care or high intervention scenarios, so that people have plenty of access to the healthcare that they need. So I'd love to just gather people up in here, be able to pour into people and enjoy the space together as I get more and more settled in. Another like unexpected advantage of this space is that there's a shower, and I missed having shower access in one of my previous work environments. I did a lot more spa work and scrubs and like made up some super fun botanical tropical scrubs and lotions and was able to do that. And I've always practiced dry room spa treatments when possible, but when I didn't have any ability for people to like rinse the salt off of themselves afterwards, then I had stopped offering those kinds of like skin intensive services. So I'm playing with that idea of bringing that back. We'll see if that pans out and makes sense. Um, and there's also just so much space in here. It opens up the possibility of doing more couples services, which would be super fun. I do have 2 other massage therapists who work for me, and it would be a lot easier at the point in my career that I am at now to set up couples treatments. And that's pretty high demand. I would say that I have people reach out and just ask if it's possible to get couples massage like a few times every month, and I haven't advertised anything like that. I'm not putting myself out there. So I think that's a service that could make a lot of sense if I have multiple practitioners and plenty of space for several tables now. So I'm playing with that, and I'd love to hear from any of you that are out there practicing. If you're doing scrubs or if you're doing couples, just drop a comment and let me know how your practice is looking on all those other fun treatment options. And I guess I was just really reflecting on the whole course of all the spaces that I worked in the last 6 years, and the evolution of my practice as I have expanded my own ability and confidence to keep moving forward in my career. I'm just like rolling around on the floor right now because I'm slightly stretching out and unfolding and just being comfortable. So I started my first location in this town. I was contracting, but also station renting, so I could bring in my own private clients in addition to the people that were on site seeking treatment. And that was actually an inpatient facility, so it was super interesting setting where I got my first like big taste of being really involved in a healthcare team. I was getting charts from like all kind of other practitioners that these people were seeing, and they were the clientele that I was working with were on site for anywhere from usually like 2 weeks, sometimes up to a few months. And there were a lot of different like very intense stories there that I worked with, families that were going through losing a loved one. I worked with people who were processing out addiction patterns, and people who were doing like really intensive supervised cleanses, including a lot of colonics. And so I was able to like be there and support their process and provide that supportive touch. And that was a really beautiful time to be dropping into the depth of my own expression as a practitioner, and learning how to work as a team, learning how to interface with these people who are having like very intense experiences. And then the pressure came off a lot when I left that environment and jumped into a spa environment. And that was it was really fun. It was beautiful setting. And there was like kind of playful energy. The other girls in there were mostly estheticians, and I was the only massage therapist. And that was a like completely different contrasting environment. And in that setting, I ran my own business and was again like station renting essentially, and had a treatment room that belonged to me inside of a larger spa operation, where the estheticians were scheduling their treatments, and we were all kind of just like sharing a big bathroom. So I did have like a beautiful shower at that time. That was fun. And when that season ended, I moved into a clinical setting, and I was there for a couple of years and had that like contrast really come up again. But in that case, it was outpatient. It was a more alternative practice type clinic, and I won't go into huge details about it right now, but that was a couple of years of really being independent with my business practice, but also being like tucked in alongside somebody else's operation. And in that season, I was working with a lot of insurance clients, continued to be in my own private practice, station renting essentially inside of another business's space. And so today I opened and really launched myself into a new season where my 2 employees and I will be practicing out of what would really be properly called a studio. So it's the first time that I'm like truly not station renting or like subletting in any way, and I just have like a studio space in a beautiful bayfront building in our little town in Hawaii, and I have windows pointing at the palm trees. I can see water, and I have had water view in the past, and I missed it so much. And so I'm just delighted and really thankful to be moving into the next season and figuring out the next steps. And I'd love to bring you all along with me and share how things unfold as my massage practice evolves. And I'm totally here for you if you have questions or comments. I'd love to be a resource for you as you're developing your massage practice. My career level is leveling up right now, and I do have like 5.5 years under my belt of figuring out how to operate the business and do the scheduling and acquire clients. I'm fully booked all the time, and if that is of interest to you, I just love connecting with other professionals, and I would love if you reach out in the comments and like and subscribe and all that stuff if you would like to hang out more times. All right, heal up, heal your community, reach out to people around you, support each other. So glad you're here, and let's talk again soon. Bye.